Welcome back. Let's talk about the Oworonshoki demolition. Well, the government has doubled down on it because for them it's necessary. And they're giving their reasons. Some of the properties there lack approvals. Some, for lack of a better word, substandard, for lack of a better word, because of the area where these properties are located. But there are different versions of the same event when you speak to the people that have been evicted or been moved out of that area. So that has generated a lot of controversy. In fact, there was a time there was a protest or planned protest. So it depends on who you're listening to about the issue of Oworonshoki demolition exercise. Whether it's the government or the people, it's different version of the same event. But today, we're mainstreaming that conversation yet again. We've been joined in the program by an evictee, Precious Seed Community Oworonshoki, Mrs. Rebecca Omolayo. She joins us right here in our studios. Thank you, ma'am, for coming on the program.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
And we also have Megan Chapman. She's a co-executive director, Justice and Empowerment Initiatives, joining us from Lagos studios right here. Yes. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So maybe naturally, let me start with you before I come to you just a moment. If you can tell us in 2 minutes what your story is, because we've sat down here with a lot of people that have been affected concerning this demolition, and everybody has their own different sides of the story. What's your story?
My story is we were not told that they are coming to demolish our house. They only came in the night. Some policemen came in the night and they said we should pack our things out. I said that if government will demolish us, at least they will have mark or give us paper or come to tell us. It's not that they will come around 10 in the night and say, very early in the morning, you should pack your things. And we were even thinking they were joking, but they came very early, around 6 a.m. I'm a widow. That day make it, my husband died July 26th. So it was...
What year?
This year.
Okay.
So I was still in my black when they came. They met me upstairs. I sat there. I said they should demolish me with the house because there's nothing that they bring for us. They did not tell us anything. And I've been in that place for over 35 years. And that is my house you are looking at. It's upstairs. So, and there's church downstairs. We gather about 200 children there that we are training free. That the church and one GNO people, some people are helping us to pay. So they just push all of us out that morning and they started the demolition. So without telling us anything.
So for the records, they've demolished that building we're looking at.
They have.
So which part of Oworonshoki is this?
Precious Seed.
Which part of Oworonshoki?
My place is Precious Seed.
It's called the Precious Seed.
Okay, it's a Precious Seed area.
Yes.
And you've been living there for 35 years.
35 years.
Because government has always said and maintained that they notify everyone who is involved in this. So when you come and say no notification was given...
We were not notified. We were not notified. We were not notified at all. We were not, even till now.
You're sure the government did not notify anybody within this area?
Anything. They did not tell us anything.
Just before I come to you in a moment, Megan, I just want to find out, what is the story of the apartment you stay in, that property? You've been staying there for 35 years,
yes.
You said. So how did you secure the documents, perhaps your husband, your late husband?
Yes.
And our condolences to you and this person.
We were paying Lagos State...
land use charge.
Yes, every year. And this, is it LASPA or what do they call it? We have started entering into this LASPA, this thing they told us about, and we have other papers. It remains that LASPA.
And you bought the land, right?
And they told me that tomorrow I should come for the paper, and I showed them all my papers. I showed them all my paper, that my paper is complete, that they gave me date at LASPA that I should come tomorrow.
So this property was purchased by you or your husband?
My husband, together.
When was that?
If I could remember, it's over 37 years that we have built the house, because we married at Ordeal.
Who did you buy it from? Was it...
The land from the Oworonshoki indigenes.
Themselves?
Yes, from the late Bale, and we have the papers.
So you have all your documents?
Yes, sir, we have.
Megan? speak to us, because you've been following this.
Sure.
How many property were demolished? What was the MO by the government? And in your interaction with government, what did you glean?
Yeah, so the first thing I want to clarify is that Oworonshoki is actually a very big area. It's not just one area that has been demolished. The demolitions have been on since September. The first place that was demolished is a community that's close to her place, but not her community, which is called Ebute Kekere or Ebute Lebo. And that place was demolished in early September with no notice, no consultation, no engagement, no service of proper legal notices, nothing, just demolished. Then they now went to the express side. That's the one that became very popular because of the involvement of Femi Falana. So he got an injunction for that place, and it was still brought down. And I know that has caused a lot of uproar, and people became very aware of Oworonshoki. But when they came back, it's now 2 weeks ago, to start demolishing around Precious Seed and other parts of the waterfront area of Oworonshoki, it's a different movement entirely. They actually started from an area we called Mosafedjo. They weren't demolishing with caterpillar, they were setting houses ablaze. They now came down.
Those were like shanties.
No, it's not shanties.
Like wooden structures.
Yes, the ones they're putting fire on are where it's going to burn.
Yeah.
But these are buildings that have been there for some time. It's not like they just cropped up. And then they were setting fires to some places around Mosafedjo, Oworonshoki. That's a bit far from where she is. They now came and just quickly threatened Precious Seed community. That's what you're seeing in the videos now. Precious Seed is a community where my organization has been working. We did the house numbering 2 years back. Last year, 2024. So we actually know the exact population is above 3,000 people, getting to 300 structures in the community and over 700 households that are affected by this demolition. They called us on the 26th of November that they had come, task force had come to threaten them. So I made arrangements with some of my team members to be on ground very early the next morning, because this place is actually covered by a court injunction.
Right.
It's actually a final judgment issued by the Lagos State High Court in favor of different communities along the Lagos waterfront, and it restrains the governor of Lagos State, the attorney general of Lagos State, the commissioner of police Lagos State, and the commissioner of physical planning and urban development. The judgment covers them. So we said, let us get down there. They pasted the judgment on the wall, and I was there as early as 7 in the morning. I met task force on ground. I met La SEMA on ground. That's the emergency management agency, the one that's supposed to be helping people out of humanitarian disaster. And here they're actually carrying out demolition. So we met them before they even came into the community. I took the judgment. I approached, since I'm a human rights lawyer, I was ready to approach them. I spoke to each officer on ground. I asked them where they're coming from. They said from Lagos State, that if I have anything, I should call the commissioner of police. But I said, look, let me just make you, each and every one of you who's on ground, aware of this injunction. Yeah. There's a perpetual injunction against Lagos State, except the government sits with the community, plans with them how they're going to be resettled to another location, and they don't even talk about title documents in that judgment. It's a fundamental rights matter, meaning that whether you have your title documents or you don't, so long as you've been there for some time, she's talking of 35 years, the government is supposed to come, sit with you, plan how they're going to resettle you before anything like demolition should happen. So I'm showing them the injunction. The community is at the gate, watching what is happening, so afraid that this excavator is going to come into the community. And the task force, another vehicle of task force, came up with their Black Maria, and they actually came up and they shot tear gas into my face. And all the people around me were affected. We had to come down. I had to go look for water to pour in my face. And the next thing you know, they used that chance to now move the excavator in, and they started demolishing. And I want to come to this question of inadequate buildings, because what you need to understand, her own building is all block. There's a church at the bottom, tiled floors. There's an upstairs where the family is staying. I met her on the balcony. She's sitting on the balcony pleading that if they're going to demolish, they're going to demolish her inside. You can see the picture of it here. This is actually a cement block building. It's been there. It's properly built. The neighboring building, which I also videoed them taking down, you can see it. It's 3 stories with cement with tile on the outside. It's a motorable road that accesses the place. This is not what you would think of as, a slum community. This is a community where people have their documents. They've been engaging. They've been doing everything. They have their title documents. Yeah. They have their documents. And even if they didn't, I'm not saying they don't, but even if they didn't, our judgment says what the government is supposed to do is come and meet with them, plan, and you can see how people are running, carrying their load, rushing here and there. I actually had a task force officer that had to hold me back. It's really unbelievable. I've been in Lagos for 15 years now, and I've seen so many incidents like this, but this was another level. And they don't even stop there. From Precious Seed, they demolished on the 27th of November. They continued on the 28th, and they now went to a neighboring area. On Lagos Street, also along the waterfront, also covered by this court injunction, this perpetual injunction, final judgment from the Lagos State High Court. They also get there, and what we're hearing is that task force is telling people, bring 1 million naira, and we will spare your house.
They will leave their house.
But if you can't bring it, they bring it down. I met a pastor who told me he was pleading with them to collect 500,000. Is he supposed to be pleading with money?
Okay.
And they still brought down his church and his...
That's a strong allegation. This is what we'll do. We'll definitely get Lagos State government on this table because time again we've heard. But this is a very strong allegation, and what you put out is important that the Lagos State. I think the commissioner, is it physical planning or housing? I'm not sure which of them.
Physical planning.
Whichever is responsible for this, we'll reach out to you after the show to make sure that at least government comes to speak on this matter, because this is a commercial nerve center of Nigeria. So, before I come to you, I was beginning to wind down. The deed has been done.
That's right.
What next?
What's next is that the government needs to do the right thing for these people. They have thrown them out. They have violated court orders. They were served with Form 48. That means they're aware of the consequences of disobedience of court order. That's why I even met each of the officers on ground. I took some of their names so that we know who and who is supervising the work. What they need to do, there's not just the 3,000 people in Precious Seed. Now we're talking about more than 10,000 people up and down, because they still went back to Musa Federal, Oworonshoki, which is covered by the judgment. They threw out so many people. And after they were done demolishing with the excavator, they came back with fire again. And where people had piled up their properties, not knowing where to go, even under the rain, everything, they actually started setting those things ablaze. You can see the video there. I was on ground because I left the community. I've met the task force 3 times on this demolition, one by one. I've been calling different people in different ministries to see who and who is going to give it listening ear. So it's not that we haven't tried to engage. What they need to do is come and sit with the people who are affected. Do the right thing. Rebuild their homes or resettle them to another place. And it should be done as quickly as possible, because people are suffering. I met one man. He's a retired lecturer. He had a stroke. And he's sleeping, he could barely walk, and he's sleeping inside of a broken down KK.
Oh dear.
And this is just one of so many people who are suffering like that. There's another man who's blind.
Right.
He has a disabled son, and they set his house on fire. I took the video of him the day before they set his house on fire. The situation is pathetic.
Let me ask, Madam Omolayo.
Yes.
I mean, this is quite emotional, and I can imagine what you've been going through. Is it true that compensation has been paid? We had a commissioner in Lagos State on Channels TV over the weekend who said that compensation had been paid to some people. Have you received that? Do you know anyone who has received it?
What they did was that before our own site demolition, we saw them giving some people 200,000, 300,000, and they were giving it to the indigene of Oworonshoki. Even most of the people that collect those 200, they don't have house at Oworo. They are indigenes of Oworo. They went to our house to go and collect it. But since we were not told that they are coming to our area, and even if they want to demolish our house, it's 200 that will carry us. I go to anywhere I'm going with my children now. I can't leave them. We stay inside this tank, and they came there to burn it again.
You were staying in a tank?
Yes.
When you mean tank, like a water tank?
Like water tank. Some of us cut the tank. They were sleeping inside. Some of them put cloth, and they came there to burn those things again. So
where do you stay now? Where are you sleeping now?
No, we are just staying around. Some people sleep on the street. Anywhere we see, we sleep. What I'm begging, if it is Lagos State that do this thing, they should come. They should please help us. We are not goats. We are not animals. They should have pity on us. This is too much. There are some people there that they have stroke, they cannot even stand. That we used to carry them. With the little I see, I feed them. I was with them yesterday. They were all crying. There's nothing we can do. They should please have mercy on us. And we are pleading to good people of Lagos. If there's anybody that have house that is free to keep us, we are ready. Because there are some of us that did not have any hope. There are some of us that did not have any hope of where are they going. And they did not collect any money. Those people they are indigenous that collect the 200,000, some of them are still with us on the land.
So in closing, the traditional rulers, the ballers, who sometimes I'm sure they are signatures or whatever, what are they saying about all of this?
The ballers, the Oba of Oworonshoki did not even come out to talk to anybody. That day, I wanted to run to his house with my child, that he should please. He knows that my husband just died. He should please. Where do I want to go at this age? I'm 63 years old. Who will take me in? I have my grandchildren staying with me. They are outside there now because I can't leave them. Wherever I sleep is where they sleep. The Oba should please come out and talk to us. Maybe they want us to go back to our village. They should say to us with something, at least. We are not goats. I have my paper complete. I have everything. They should please, we are begging them, if it is Oba or if it is Lagos State, it's not only on precious seed. If you see us at Oworo, some people sleep on that bridge. They will still come there to pursue us in the night.
This is what we'll do. These assurances we'll do. We'll make sure after the show, we'll reach out to the Lagos State government to the highest level. If it has to get to the governor, we will make sure that happens. So that I think there's been this back and forth, so that let's hear from government once and for all. And we're going to relay all of the things you have said, right? As we said, we've had Oworonshoki people come here, we've had government, so there's this back and forth. But with this latest development, this you have just said now, we'll get the government to come and put their own side of the story, and then let's see what action will be taken. We hope this can be resolved and there can be some human face. My apologies for your loss. Our sympathies are with you and our condolences as well. Thank you so much for coming on the program. We do appreciate both of you. It's a very difficult conversation. Rebecca Omolayo, Evictee, Precious Seed Community, Oworonshoki. Megan Chapman, Co-Executive Director, Justice and Empowerment Initiative. Thank you. We hope that there will be resolution some way, one way or the other.
Thank you very much, sir. We also hope.
Thank you, sir.